Hello everyone and welcome to the 9th instalment of Christmas Countdown from Gab's Weather Vids. So here we go again, we're going to bring you more Christmas data. We're up to update number 9 now on our Christmas Countdown and haven't done a Christmas update for about a week, so we're very behind with Christmas updates for Christmas Countdown, but we are going to bring you more videos and more episodes of the Christmas Countdown in the next week or two as we get closer and closer to the big day. And I should get on with the 9th update for you in a moment. Just say that first video today was our 6 a.m. UK weather forecast. We will also release Strapped Watch episode 1 for season 2. And we was live at 6 p.m. Discussing the winter forecast, doing a TED 14 day out, and that was epic stream. So hello to all of you on the live stream. I hope you have a nice time over on the live stream just a few minutes ago. Hopefully we did. Thank you so to Richard for our amazing Christmas updates GIF. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, Rich. Thank you so much. It's actually GIF number 2. So thank you so much, Rich, for Christmas updates GIF number 2. Okay, let's go over to metrocella.fr, and the window now is narrowing down from when we're starting with these Christmas updates. So we're now up to the 15th of December as our starting point. Blimey. Won't be long before we're discarding a CFS and moving on to the shorter range GFS, and that will be, I suppose, in about a week's time probably, but we'll start the process of doing that. Okay, well anyway, we're starting off on the 15th of December here. This is the CFS V212s then. Run. Once again, we're looking for trains within the model. It's still too far away to be able to say what the weather will be doing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Christmas Day, of course. So, again, just looking for train within the model. But let's see what happens. So, CFS 12 then, and this is it. 15th of December, got high pressure south, low pressure to the north, and we're bringing in sort of a flat westerly flow, really, from off the Atlantic. And we keep those westerlies going then as you run into the second half of December. Deep area of low pressure building to the north of Scotland, so starting to look I'm sorry everyone, I am down with the lurgy at the moment. Got a really bad throat, so just bear with me if that's alright. So looking quite stormy anyway here on the 18th through to the 19th of December. And then we go out beyond that, and the low pressure moves in towards Norway. It starts putting a colder northwesterly, so just before Christmas, or leading up to Christmas, 20th, 21st of December, got a cold snap going on here. Winds coming in from a colder northwesterly to northerly direction. That could well bring snow showers into the north and wintry showers elsewhere. Another little low zipping through there on the 22nd. That might bring something a bit more wintry, even down into the south, all being brought about in courtesy of this mid-Atlantic ridge here. So that's the 23rd of December, even Christmas Eve, looking quite cold, with low pressure to the east, high pressure is out to the west, and pulling down this cold northerly. So cold just before Christmas, with snow perhaps in the north and also in the east then. Now, Christmas Eve starts to see the high pressure top pulling, so milder air is beginning to start easing its way in around the top of the high. Nevertheless, still a cold Christmas Eve though for most parts of the country, and there might be a warm front pushing across that will be bringing a band of rain, sleet and snow with that as well. Difficult to say, but it is trying to get a bit milder, but most areas are still looking quite cold. That's Christmas Day, so by this point we've got what looks like a trough pushing into the north. That could well bring some perhaps some rain, sleet and snow into northern areas. Meanwhile, further south, I think it's just a mostly quiet Christmas Day. Probably still quite cold from that earlier northerly, and there might still be a little bit of snow on the ground in places as well. Definitely a stall of that system pushing in from the northwest going on as well. So possibly a bit wintry here for Christmas Day and into Boxing Day. Still looks quite chilly anyway. And into Boxing Day, well, we've got wind back round into northeasterly actually. So there might be some sort of snow event that's going on there actually, from late Christmas Day and into Boxing Day. Quite a cold Christmas, I think, that one, on this night Christmas update. And that is a change. I haven't seen many cold Christmases during this season of Christmas Countdown. Well, beyond Christmas, we find high pressure building, or trying to build up towards Scandinavia, but definitely low pressure heading in from off the Atlantic now, beginning to bring Atlantic weather systems in from the west. So starting to turn wet and windy as we're approaching the new year. Again, the air is still quite cold though, so there is a bit of wind chill potential with these areas of low pressure, especially so up in the north. That's New Year's Eve, though, and by this point, we're now looking properly wet and windy, and a lot milder as well. So by New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, we're firmly into like a westerly, heavy rain, strong to gale force winds, etc., etc. And then we keep things as flat as pancake through the opening days of the year there, so we find, but low pressure just keeps on coming. That's the 6th of January, so we're beyond 12th right now, and still looking wet and windy. High pressure south, low pressure to north, very mild as well into the second week of January, pulling up the air from the Azores there. And again, it's all sort of westerly winds, strong winds, out to breaks of rain, all of that kind of stuff as we go through January. Very Atlantic-driven January there. No January cold snap, definitely, up to the 20th but the month. Trying to get a bit of high pressure going over Scandinavia. Does anything come of that? Let's have a look. Not really. So a very mild, wet, windy January, possibly a hint of something a bit colder there by the end of January. But of course, that is a really, really long way off. We're well beyond Christmas now, so we haven't better go any further. Right, okay, that's your night Christmas update. So a little bit different with this one. We're looking at generally a mild January, because the trend with Christmas updates so far has been that Christmas itself tends to be quite mild, and then after New Year into January, we've been seeing a lot of updates that have brought very cold weather from the east generally during January. No sign of that on this Christmas update. It's all westerlies and Atlantic driven for January, but Christmas itself is actually a little bit colder, particularly before Christmas with those northerly winds, but also the days of Christmas, especially Christmas Day and Boxing Day, they do have a bit of a cold look to them there, and possibly quite a lot of cold rain, possibly a little bit of snow, but slightly differently with this night Christmas update. We'll do the 10th Christmas update. Let's start doing this a little bit more regularly for you now, I think. So we'll probably do the 10th Christmas update, I don't know, maybe Saturday, or certainly over the weekend. Anyway, right, thank you so much, Richard, for our amazing Christmas updates gift number 2. Thank you so much, Rich. Love it. We'll end it there. You enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. And for the night Christmas in sort of Christmas Countdown, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.